Hi, my name is Tony. I would like to give an informative speech on what I believe is a healthy lifestyle. Also, I would like to say, please excuse the redness in my nose and any sneezing. I have been a little bit under the weather. It's back on track. So, a healthy lifestyle to me, over the years I have experimented with a lot of different diets and different workout styles, and just kind of tried what works for me, what doesn't work for me. So based off of that, I would like to give an informative speech to my peers for information that I think may be useful if you're also looking for information, as I was and always will continue to be. So one of the most important parts of a healthy lifestyle is what you eat. I think it's pretty common knowledge that everybody hears that saying, you are what you eat. So the first thing that I think about when I hear that is, if you're trying to lose weight and slim down, why would we be eating food such as chicken? Chickens, after all, are pretty plump, so you'd want to stick with something more that's a lean meat. So when you hear the word loin in the meat, pork loin, tenderloin, sirloin, that's when you know that that's going to be a lean meat that will help with your weight loss goals. Also, another meat that is not my favorite, but definitely gets the job done, would be turkey meat. I think with the right amount of seasoning, it can turn out pretty well, but if you don't prepare it the right way, you might not like it. Eating well and eating 3 meals a day is definitely one of the most important attributes when you're wanting to lose weight. A lot of people think that if they skip meals, they lose out on those carbs, that they'll think, oh, well, I'm going to lose weight. When in actuality, what that is doing is actually putting your body into starvation mode, because your body's now in the fight or flight, trying to find those nutrients and where they're going to come from. Although if you're on the keto diet, you may hear that your body will eat off those stored nutrients. But in this situation, when you're not giving your body any nutrients, it's very counterproductive. So I would definitely suggest eating 3 meals a day and also snacking. There's also a difference in the snacking when you're eating something like a protein bar, something like that, versus when you're eating watermelon or grapes or something that's going to be more of a whole food. That's going to help keep your body into that working mechanism to just keep burning fat throughout the day. More productive for you. A study that was done by ASU, actually right here in Arizona, suggested foods that were more colorful, like a red pepper or an orange, can actually help cut body fat. So I thought that was pretty cool too, especially because one of my favorite snacks for burning fat is oranges. I love having an orange throughout the day. Not only does it kind of give me a zest of energy and helps wake me up and keeps me productive throughout my workday, but also, as I stated, it's a great belly fat burner, so very awesome there. One of my favorite meals for cutting belly fat is a blend of rice, turkey meat, yellow, green, and orange peppers. I like to put some green Thai sauce on there as well. Kind of makes a good blend of taste. Even putting just a little green salsa can be really good as well. But on the days that I'm really being good to myself, I don't put any sauce, and I just try to keep it a little bit more bland, I guess. Also, I really love Chipotle kids meals. So good. The steak and the lettuce, beans. And I would hope that I could make that every day, but personally I prefer fresh steak, so I try not to meal prep that. So I think that the turkey meat stays really well for meal prep, and it's a great source of protein for you throughout your day. So a lot of people have a controversy over beans and if they think that beans are good for you or not. Personally, I love beans because the more you eat, the more you toot. So what bean is the best for you? I think that's kind of a controversial thing. And that would be a garbanzo bean. Put in a little garbanzo bean with some lettuce and some steak. Not a bad meal, and at the same time, very good for you. Now we're winning. So dairy. I love ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? Sweet treat at the end of the day. Nothing could be better, right? Well, unfortunately, instead of what we've heard growing up, that we should be eating so much dairy, having a glass of milk with every meal, new studies have shown that having milk can actually be counterproductive because it's weakening our bones versus what we've been told that it's strengthening our bones. So we have to be very selective with the dairy that we consume into our bodies, especially as we're growing into adults and learning what it is that's going to make us feel good and look good in return. For about 8 months of my life, I went completely gluten-free. It was a very interesting 8 months. At the time, I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings as well, so there's so much gluten there. But believe it or not, traditional wings are gluten-free, so that was always good. I didn't so much indulge in them because I didn't want to ever get sick of wings, so I always tended to choose other options. But anyways, during those 8 months that I went gluten-free, I learned a lot about my body. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with like the red dots that you'll see on your arms that you think are pimples. Well, what I learned actually in the time that I was gluten-free is that those are signs of a gluten irritation. And soon after I stopped eating so much gluten and working and eliminating certain things from my diet to feel overall better, the red marks disappeared. I also use a little bit of coconut oil just to help heal the skin. But overall, I learned that when you have excess of gluten, dairy, things like that, your body just has a really hard time breaking it down. So if you're ever interested, I would suggest maybe working with gluten to see how it works in your body. You might find something new. Also, when you're wanting to lose weight and drinking beer, probably not a good mix. Even the vodkas. Because here's the thing. At the end of the hangover, when you want to have your pizza and wings because it's Sunday, guess what? Now you're right back where you started at the beginning of the weekend. Kind of counterproductive. Lastly, that I would like to talk about is working out. So many people work out because they think that it's popular. And they don't go there sometimes to really get into it. Some go for the socialization, which is great. I've found friends at the gym. But I think one of the most rewarding feelings in taking care of yourself is enjoying a really good workout. Just really getting into it and feeling the differences that your body can make is just so important, especially as we get older and we have to take care of ourselves. I love going to Zumba class. I think it's so fun. Not only are you getting such a great workout, but you get to dance, feel the rhythm, have the music move through you. I think it's really awesome. So if you're ever at a plateau and not sure where to start in the gym, start at a fitness class. That's where I started. That's where I learned what I like and what I don't like. I hope that you'll do the same. Lastly, I would like to just present information that one of the most important things is connecting with the people around you, treating other people around you well. When you see that someone needs a hand, don't brush them away because you think your life's too busy, because then all of a sudden you're making excuses when you could just lend a hand to the people around you. When you do things that make you feel good, you look good, and then in turn everything just starts to go really well and you have a really well functioning body. Now you're eating good, you're treating yourself well, and you're treating others around you well. Well, I hope you learned a thing or two. Enjoy the rest of your day.